Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another SLG Meetup. Today we're gonna have two badass real estate professionals and public figures joining us all the way from California. Her names are Jess and Kinsey, and they're gonna be telling us all about the real estate empire that they are building. It's called Blondes Building Equity, and how they are leveraging their personal brands into making something extraordinary out of doing these real estate projects that they're gonna shortly tell us all about. So very excited about it, and I hope you get to enjoy it. All right, let me add them here. There they are. What's up?
Hello.
Good morning.
Hi. Good morning. How are you?
Well, even better now, having this badass duo right here.
We're doing really good. Thank you. What's that?
Well, I'm very impressed with both of you.
Oh, thank you.
So I wanted to start this off by saying that it's very unrare, but in this case, I love to see how two best friends have joined forces to build this real estate empire and everything that you're doing along the way. So congratulations on what you've been doing individually and as a duo, because it's very impressive. And obviously there in California, there is so many opportunities when it comes to real estate. So let's start off by talking a little bit about what really it's your business about.
So we've been in real estate for quite a while. We've both been real estate agents here in California, and we just recently got into doing fix and flips. So around, I would say 5 months ago now, we dove in full time into fix and flipping. So we buy residential houses that need some work.
Luxury residential houses, so all above $1 million.
Yeah, and then we fix up the bathrooms, put new floors in, paint them, and then we resell them for a higher price.
I love that. It's a great business model. Now, how did you two decided to start this?
Well, we've always wanted to be real estate investors. Like, we have a long-term plan that goes way past just the fix and flipping. And so we love the financial freedom aspect. We love that we're our own boss, that there's unlimited earning potentials. And that, so with being an agent, it's so different because you really are working for someone else still. You know, you have to go show the property every single day. It's on their time. With us right now, and with the scalability of this company, it's really, we work for ourselves. So it's really, really nice. And then all of our earned income, we plan to put into apartment complexes so that eventually, you know, we just build a massive empire.
I love it. So you basically built a business that fuels your passion, and it became your vehicle to achieve this beautiful lifestyle that you two are also living, not just as a duo, but individually. And the reason I was mentioning about being a badass duo is because when looking at you both, personally, I'm like, holy shit. I mean, I thought I was crazy, but I mean, let's start off with you, Kinsey. You are not just a real estate investor, but you also have this whole public figure life going on by being an influencer, skydiver, helicopter pilot. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, so, you know, when we were agents, I kind of took a little bit of a sabbatical because, you know, I really dove into social media and just dove into being the James Bond character. So I kind of just traveled the world doing the craziest things that you can imagine. And I think that really now with our life in real estate, it does have so much of a correlation because I just truly believe life is for living. It's not for just working a 9 to 5. Like, I love to travel the world. We love to travel the world. We've been to like probably 10 countries together. It's crazy. But so we want to live this life to the fullest. And so we kind of were like, okay, how can we create a machine to also fill this lifestyle where if I want to fly the helicopter at 10 a.m. and then start work at 12, I can totally do that, you know? So we really hope now that we can kind of push people not only with our business, but with our lifestyle, because we really pushed our followers like work-life balance. You really can do both. Don't make yourself miserable. That like one day you are gonna, you know, kick the bucket, and it's gonna be about the experiences you had, the friends that you made, and those things, but also money can fuel those activities and those things. So we love to show people that with real estate, no matter where you're at, you can do this, and you can do this even with no money. We started on our first fix and flip with none of our own money, all OPM, all raising capital, using hard money lenders.
OPM is other people's money.
Yeah.
Other people's
But
money.
good that you said for those that,
Yeah. So it really like, and this is $1 million entry prices. And so if you're in, you know, middle America or even another country, I'm sure you can create a plan to really fuel that active income. And it's cool because, you know, we have 3 projects now, but our goal is 10 this year and then 50 next year. So it's so scalable. And so it's really exciting because, you know, when you work a 9 to 5, you get that paycheck and that's your paycheck. There's no like, oh, you know, unless you have a really great job and they give you bonuses. But even then, it's like you get stuck in this rut where you make 80K here, 80K here, 80K here.
Yeah.
We love it that, you know, if we work really hard, we can make $1 million this year. We can make, you know, so it's really exciting for us.
I love that. And you summarized basically the whole scope of what a beautiful lifestyle you can build in this business. Now, what you said in there, it was very interesting because how Oprah said it once, it's about, you know, the biggest adventure you can ever live is to live the life of your dreams. And you guys are doing that by building this vehicle, and that's your business, which is allowing you to have your own schedule, to then figure out however you want to live life on your own terms. And you're doing it. You're traveling the world. You're doing some crazy adventures, which, look, I'm a big fan. I'm not going to lie. I'm also into that scope, and I also love to travel and do these things. So I relate a lot. But I will also say, when it comes to OPM, right, we talk about other people's money, which is very interesting. How about OPS, other people's stages? With the platform that you guys have, reaching out to people and utilizing their stages to build your awareness, like we're doing right now, is that something that also is in your business model?
Yeah, I mean, we use definitely Kinsey's Instagram a lot, whether it's like finding new contractors, finding a staging company. And a lot of people want to work with her because of the large audience that she does have. So it's been really cool to kind of see we already have a step up when it comes to that. And she's put so much time and effort into building her following. So it's nice to know that we can kind of like use that when we need to.
Yeah, and I think even with our podcast, you know, we started our Blondes Building Equity podcast, and it's been
saw it. Very good.
Yeah, it's been going really, really amazing, and the people that we've been able to have on has been incredible for our own growth, not just for our audience. Just be able to network with these people, and so to have a place where we're like, hey, you know, it gives them a reason to jump on a call with us for an hour. And I feel like in our growth and our learning, that has been exponential, and also in the networking aspect. We've now really created such a core group in the real estate space that now are mentors to us, who are really helpful in so many things. So we definitely leverage the social media as far as the podcast. And so now we just really so we understand how to build an audience, and we know how important it is and how much you can leverage that. So now our goal is just, you know, we dive in and we build an audience in our real estate page. Our podcast is doing incredible, and then we have almost 30,000 followers on TikTok already, and we've only started a few months ago. So we're really diving in, and hopefully we have amazing girls that are so excited about what we're doing. So we just hope to kind of just share the knowledge and inspire others.
I love that. You know, it's about inspiring and empowering others to take on this route of becoming your own, I mean, I was going to say a bad word, but your own boss, right? I mean, a bad bitch boss. I mean, sorry, but that's what you guys are doing right here. You're turning this into a really inspiring journey for all these females, and not just females, but myself. I feel inspired with what you're doing. So, and I think it's very smart by what you just said with the podcast. It's a great way to leverage relationships and your platforms to really acquire new knowledge, build relationships, and expand your own business. And I think that it's fantastic. So is this a podcast that they can see on YouTube or also on the Instagram, or where can they find it?
Spotify, YouTube.
Yeah, we kind of have it everywhere. So we have it on like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, iTunes.
I love it. Well, I'm going to start listening to it more and more because I really enjoy having this conversation. And as I said, that's also working for myself. I'm learning more from you, from what you're doing. We're building this conversation in a way that I'm sure that not only myself feels inspired, but also those that are listening. Now, I wanted to touch base on, since we talked about your social media account, Kinsey, and obviously, Jessica, I think that you two are a perfect duo because not everybody wants to, you know, be with a person that is so exposed, and that's why you come in here to bring that zen. So I think it's a great combination. Now, in regards to being so publicly exposed, having so much following, and you know, I think that attention is one of the strongest currencies. So utilizing the attention that you generate through your page. to create this leverage. How important has been personal branding?
I think a lot of people could spend more time on it because I think really it is kind of the future, you know, and being able to have platforms now where and that's what I saw, like I really wanted to be an actress. And so I thought like doing stunts would really help me with that. And then I really found social media and I saw this outlet that, wow, if I put as much work as I can into this and like, you know, I can get that back out. So it's just a commitment thing and building a brand. And I think even with TikTok, we've seen you could be anybody and you can create a brand, anybody relatable. You can be talking about your struggles in life. You could be talking about makeup. You can be talking about anything. And it's not even, you know, the crazy, pretty, crazy talented people. It's really the people that are just on there every day being super relatable, who really just, you know, commit to posting videos every single day. And so I think it could be anybody can build a brand, and we know how powerful that is. And so obviously I have my separate brand and now we're building another brand. So it's cool to see and then kind of merge the two together. But I think everybody should see more the value of building a brand.
Right, absolutely. And I think that's fantastic what you just said in there. And this question obviously is for both of you, but is there any tools that you've applied, again, creating this business together or on a personal level to overcome the fear of doing that?
I think Kinsey has really helped. You mean with overcoming the fear to create a personal brand?
In general, like everything that we want to accomplish in life, there is always a little bit of resistance at the beginning.
Right.
If you think too much of like, oh, what can go wrong, or I'm not able to do that. So how do you overcome that step?
Well, it's a good question. I mean, we have been wanting to invest in real estate for like 5 years now, and we both have kind of had the experience and had like, you know, some money that we had saved. So we could have pulled the trigger a while ago, but it was the fear of what if the market crashes? What if we lose someone else's money? And there was so much resistance. And we actually went to a conference 5 months ago, and in the conference they were talking about just going and doing it. And the week that we got back, we're like, honestly, I think it's nice having each other, especially Kinsey. She's very fearless in life, but also when it comes to business, she's really, really good at taking those opportunities and taking those risks. So I would say it was more Kinsey that was like, let's pull the trigger. And then I kind of like jumped forward with her and trusted her. And yeah, then it just ended up having more and more properties. So I think when you think too much and you have too much resistance, sometimes you just need to do it. Like if you want to invest in a real estate, I would say, instead of saying, okay, I need to get the knowledge first, I need to create my, you know, sphere of influence, I need to meet more people, I would say start analyzing deals, and probably within the next month or 2 months, put your first offer in. Because once you put your first offer in, it kind of gives you the fuel to keep going and putting in more offers. And for us, that's what it was. Like, and the first offer that we put in, we actually got that property. And then we ended up getting another property, and now we're getting another property. So it kind of gives you the fuel to keep going once you just do it.
Yeah. And I think like we've taken courses, both of us, in investing into real estate, and that was really helpful. But really it's more just, jumping in and doing it. Like being okay, you know, obviously it's scary because everybody has an opinion on your life, and it's okay to try and fail. Like, you know, we know so many people, their first investment property, they didn't do well, you know, and they just kept going. I think like we took a course, we took another course, but our first project actually was the most insane learning experience, way more than we can ever put into a video. So I think like, just diving in and doing it. And if having somebody, like for me, it's been really helpful. Like we tell everybody, if you can find a partner, you know, we are accountability partners. We hold each other down. Sometimes I'm a crazy dreamer. I want to buy, you know, 10,000 properties at once.
Dream big.
It's too big. It's too much. Like I could get us into some trouble really fast. So Jess really is like, she's so intelligent, it's insane. And she just really rationalizes everything. So together we meet in the middle and just magic happens. And so also the accountability, you know, like some days it's really fucking hard, you know, and it's not rainbows and butterflies. And, you know, sometimes you don't even know when the next payday is coming because we don't have a W-9 job, so we have to supply our income, and so it gets scary. But also with each other, it's like we keep going. When I have a hard day, she picks me up. When she has a hard day, I pick her up, and I'm like, nope, we got to go back in and we got to make it happen. So if you guys can find, but it's also hard to find a business partner. I mean, we got so lucky.
Yeah.
But
I was gonna ask that, by the way, because it seems like you two are an amazing duo, but it's not always easy to find the right partner.
Yeah.
And you two were best friends before turning into business partners. So how do you maintain an amazing relationship, business and personal?
Well, so we actually live together. We work together. So we're pretty much
best friends.
And we're best friends. So we're pretty much, because like on the weekends when we want to do something fun, we invite each other. You know,
we have the same group of friends.
Yeah, we have the same group of friends. So we see each other a lot, and so I think it comes down to having really, really, really good communication with one another.
Yeah.
And we're lucky in that sense because it's not like we never fight. We are very different in a lot of ways, and there's a lot of times where I'm like, I think this and she thinks that, and it's hard to meet in the middle because we're both very opinionated. But it comes down to communicating, and she communicates her needs with me and her feelings, and I communicate with her, and that's how we're able to meet in the middle. Because
and it actually leads to a lot of growth, and it's actually so good, because if I would have just went with my way, it actually wasn't the best way. So I think all of our hurdles and all of our discussions really save us most of the time, because it really does bring us back to the middle ground. So we just really, I had a past work relationship and we really bottled everything up. We didn't communicate and it exploded and it was not good. And so Jess and I, if there's a hurdle, we discuss it right then and there. Yeah. We have an hour discussion and then we're over it. We're like, okay, and we're better at the end.
It does take it's not always easy. Sometimes it does take an hour and a half to get to the middle where we're like, okay, I can see where you're coming from. Okay, I can see where you're coming from. But those moments are so crucial because taking an hour or 2 hours out of a day is way better than holding resentment for weeks or months or
100%.
years and then ending up wanting to kill each other. So we have such open communication, open dialogues about everything, and we have the uncomfortable conversations. So I think when you are looking for a partnership, whether or not you guys are different, I would say open communication is probably the most important thing for having a successful partnership.
Yeah.
I love that.
We put our friendship first, we do really value so much. I tell her all the time, I'm like, we know when we have an argument, it's never because we don't our priority is our friendship. You know what I mean? So it's we're arguing because of a business thing or having to not meet eye to eye, but we both know we would never let it get far enough where we're not gonna communicate. Yeah. Because we both can't lose each other,
Yeah.
No, and I think it's fantastic, by the way, and it comes down to the same thing, right? Respect and trust are the fundamentals in order to make anything come forward. And then, as you mentioned, the communication. It doesn't matter if you respect and trust each other if there is no communication, because then that will slowly start crushing the relationship. But I think that you two obviously have a great dynamic. You're also very funny. So as long as you keep each other accountable and keep on building this dream that you're having right in front of you, I think that success is just going to happen. So my question to you obviously is the word luxury, right? Because everybody has a different meaning, so different shape and form, emotion, feeling. What is really luxury to both of you?
Luxury in our properties or
in general, the word luxury, what does it really mean to you?
Well, because we're in real estate, I would say luxury for us is probably a higher end property. So I think of nicer materials, nicer floors, maybe a little bit more expensive bathrooms, countertops. So luxury for me is probably the top tier in housing. And it comes down to when you're doing the middle to lower end houses, you're kind of just doing a cookie cutter. So you're just doing kind of prefab cabinets and everything is kind of the same and the tones and everything are just kind of the same. Versus when you get into luxury, it's more of an art. And that's what Kinsey has kind of taught me. You have to think about the shapes and the color palette matters more and the countertops and the kitchen and the cabinets and the custom cabinets and all these things that I'm learning now that I didn't even have an eye for now. So when I think of luxury, I think of And art.
high-end.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think of more art, like when you're designing it. You can't just do a cookie cutter. You have to kind of like think outside the box because you're catering to the top 1% buyers.
Right.
They have a different thinking style and the way that, you know, they're expecting the house to look.
Yeah, and
I love it.
in luxury and our lifestyles, you know, we both really are on the same like pages. It's like obviously, of course, nice things are amazing, and like that, you know, one day maybe we'll splurge a little more on that. But really, for us right now, luxury in our lifestyle is just really the freedom to not have to think about money at all and be able to, you know, we really value experiences. We love time with our friends. Like we would love to just like book, you know, a little Airbnb for all of our friends to come for the weekends and like spend time together. So for us, like luxury in life is really just being able to do any experiences that we see and not have to really be like stressed about finances. Doesn't mean we need to be on a yacht because we don't even we don't even really love those things. It's really more just like we would love to be able to rent a cute Airbnb for all of our friends and have a little themed party and probably cook, you know, like that sounds nice for us.
That's luxury right there. Yeah, I think the combination of the art masterpiece with the freedom, I think it's just a perfect combination. Now, I gotta say, Jessica, have you been skydiving or not?
Yeah, I have.
Yep.
Yeah?
We've been together in like, I think like 3 different countries.
Oh, but are you also certified skydiver?
No, I'm not.
She could be though.
Come on, kids. You gotta get her into it. It's a beautiful life up in the air.
I think I would be a little bit too scared. My brain thinks a little bit differently than Kinsey's because I think too much sometimes about things, and so I would think myself out of it. I would be like, well, logically, how does this make sense, and like how would this add value to my life? And I would probably just talk myself out of it because I wouldn't see the point. Versus Kinsey's like, this sounds fun, I want to do it, and she does it, and she learns a lot, and she grows, and it really has inspired me the way that she thinks because not a lot of people think like that. I would say more people think like me, where they're like, well, why does this add value to my life? Or what are the pros of this? How much time is it going to take? And sometimes you have to be a little bit more like Kinsey, where it's like you want to do something and you don't know how you're going to get there, but you're just going to go and you're going to do it.
Well, you two are a great duo, so don't jinx it. Keep on doing what you're doing. Maybe you need that calm person that says, okay, let's not go crazy.
No, I need it. I absolutely.
I think that's important. But no, listen, girls, I mean, I really appreciate your time. You two are fantastic. I wish you nothing but the best. But before we wrap this up, is there any big takeaway that you've learned throughout your career that you would like to share?
I would say if there's something that you're interested in, I would just go and do it and don't think about it. I would give yourself like a couple weeks of, you know, a deadline for whatever it is you want to do and just go and do it and try it. Because for me, like I said before, thinking myself out of things that I've wanted to do, when you think too much, sometimes it's a hindrance for your growth. So if there's something that you're interested in, go and do it.
I love it.
Yeah, 100%. And I also think commitment, you know, like I think for us, we both passively for a while were into real estate, you know, very passively. And then the day that we made the decision and said, you know what, no, the value of one thing. All of our time and energy now is into real estate, and what we've done in 5 months is what people do in years, you know, because we decided to commit, go all in. And one of my problems in the past was I did 1,000 things at all times, you know, and I was excited by this and this and this, and I was always doing everything. And now when we just focus on this, it's insane where we can go. So I think if you do have something you're interested in, and like a lot of people will be like, oh, I really like interior design, I'm going to go do it on the side. And then they don't get anywhere with it, and then they give up. But I promise you, if that was only your plan A and there was no plan B and you just dove in, you would make it happen and you would be so happy. So it's like, don't, you know, do something half-assed and then give up. Like, you have to go all in.
I love it. I'm feeling inspired and empowered to reach, you know, a successful week ahead. So, look, girls, I really appreciate your time. Anything else that you would like to share?
No.
Just do it. Like the Nike.
Do it.
I would say
just do it.
For anything that you think, anything you want to do, just do it. Because the moment that you do it, there's no negative. It's either going to be for you or it's not going to be for you. And if it's not for you, you're going to be closer to something that is for you. So just do it.
I love it. I think it's fantastic and a great way to wrap this up. So thank you again. And I want to encourage everybody that is watching this right now or that will do later on to follow both Kins and Jess, and also obviously the business account, to ensure that we keep on seeing how you're building this empire. I'm very excited for all the successes ahead for you. And I can't wait to meet you both in California, or if you come here to Miami.
Yeah,
We'll
let's
hang out
definitely
here.
here.
All right. Thank you, girls.
Okay,
Have a
thank
good one.
you. Bye.
Bye.